What's up today, guys? My name is Dusty and you're on Dusty Dips. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Today I was asked to do a review on some Copenhagen Southern Blend. Let's see here, let's crack this damn thing open. Gotta crack it, pack it. I like to pack the shit out of my dip sometimes. First, smell. It kind of smells like a natural flavored dip. It's got a sweet smell to it. Almost like sweet tea, kind of, which is weird. And I mean, I've dipped this stuff before. I bought a can of it previously, and I wasn't a big fan of it, but I was asked to do the review on it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it for you guys. So, crack it, pack it. Now we got to dip it. It's really moist. I'll give it that. It's moist as shit. It's pretty pinchable. That's a good. Give that a minute to soak in. So, oh, hold on. It's trying to come out of the front of my mouth. That's what she said. We cracked it, we packed it, we dipped it. We spit it. I'm going to let it soak for a minute. Let's talk about something here. You guys hear about that shooting at ZombieCon here in Florida? It was right, it's like right over from me. It's in a town called Fort Myers. It's about a 15-minute drive. And every year they have this big festival called ZombieCon. And I didn't hear about it until last year, and I still didn't go, and I didn't go this year. But ZombieCon is where everybody dresses up like zombies. You'll get people dressed up like Santa Claus with zombie makeup on, and I've seen a cute couple. There's a picture on Facebook. It was Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and they were zombies, and stuff like that. And they just go around, they have fun, they go drinking and things. It's just one really big festival, and it's all pretty cool, honestly, I think. If you really like partying, there might be something to go do and check out. Come to Florida, go to ZombieCon. Up in the Bell, we didn't have a, we don't have any really big festivals other than Swamp Cabbage. And Swamp Cabbage is something to come down and see, too. People cook up this shit that's in these palm trees or whatever, and they take the heart of the palm tree and they let it stew, and it's like cabbage, and it tastes pretty good. And then they'll make they'll throw beef and carrots and stuff. But anyway, getting back on to ZombieCon, another thing they do at ZombieCon is they have a lot of props, and some people come in with fake guns that look real and this and that. Well, somebody brought a real gun. Somebody brought a real gun to it, and in the middle of the festival, they broke out in shots, killed one guy, and wounded like 4 or 5 others. And the one guy that he did kill was a guy from I don't remember. It was somewhere up north. But he came the whole way down here for ZombieCon. And I mean, this kid was brilliant. I don't remember his name or anything, but he was a football player. You know, he was going to college. He was working jobs. He was trying really hard. I think he had a kid. I'm not sure, but he had a wonderful family that's going to miss him, and God bless him. I mean, you know, this kid had the world by the balls, and all he wanted to do was come down here to Florida to celebrate and party a little bit, and he fucking gets shot. That pisses me off because, you know, there could have been things to prevent this. You know, there could have been things in line. Now, I understand kind of where the cops couldn't catch him because everybody's dressed up like zombies. Now, granted, not every zombie looks the same here, but everybody's got somewhat sort of same clothes on, got zombie makeup on, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And this guy is not very distinctive because he looks like every other Juan Jose and Jack out there. And everybody starts running. Well, he puts his gun down at his side, like everybody else with the prop guns have it at their side, and starts running with the crowd. And nobody's going to look back to see where this guy's at, because when you're terrified and people are shooting at you, of course you aren't going to look back, you know. And this guy starts running off with the crowd, and the cops are telling everybody to get down so they can get a clear shot at him and stuff. And nobody's laying down. Everybody's running towards these cops, and they're all scattering off, you know. So it's really upsetting that people do this. You know, I don't know what gets in these people's mind. Like, why are you going to kill people? Why can't we live and let live? But, you know, some people don't see it that way, and other people are just mentally ill. Now, this kind of goes back to something I mentioned in the first video. If you kill somebody, no matter what it is, if you kill somebody on purpose, you shouldn't spend life in prison. You shouldn't, you know, get 20, 30, 40 years. You ought to be sentenced to death. And that's just the way I see it. Because I go out and I kill somebody, I'm sentenced to life in prison. Okay? I get free food, get a free bed to sleep in, free hot meals and showers, air conditioned. I get to work out and have, you know, time out in the jail yard. What's so different other than the fact that I can't run down to the handy in the middle of the night and grab me a pack of dip, you know? All of my necessities are taken care of if I kill someone and get life in prison. You know? And I guess that's why a lot of people aren't scared nowadays to do it. All these fucking liberals have got so high and mighty and got their panties all wound up. And, you know, we need to treat people like people and animals like people and, you know, save the chickens, save the cows, save the lobsters and the fish, save the fucking worms. You know? If I had someone from fucking PETA take or follow me while I was fishing, see me catch a lizard and put it on a fucking hook and sling it out there, they'd probably want my ass arrested or shot. But nowadays, everything's so fucking, you know, you gotta be ethical and shit like this, and I'm getting tired of this. No, we need to go back to the good old days where if you fucking kill somebody, you get hung or killed. Whether it be from lethal injection, from the electric chair, or by a rope in a tall oak tree out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's gonna fucking give a shit. You know? That pisses me off. I think, now, let me try to get my words right on this before I say it, before I have anybody commenting, well, this is, what about open carry and, you know, all these concealed weapon laws and stuff? If you have a gun and you point it at a cop, or if a cop sees you point a gun at someone else, and it's a loaded weapon, and you shoot that person, it doesn't really matter if you shoot him or not. That cop has the right to either beat your fucking ass in, or shoot you. Now, if you point any sort of weapon at a cop, whether it be a little toy gun with a fucking orange cap on it, a little BB gun, or a fucking .50 caliber, that cop should have the right to pull out his fucking pistol and nail you right in the fucking chest. Because, I mean, if you're dumb enough to pull any sort of weapon on a cop, bow and arrow, slingshot, little toy cap pistol, anything, you gotta think. I mean, people aren't doing this. Now, I don't want to hear, well, they can use tasers. Tasers will, no. What's going to happen is if you have a weapon pointed at a cop and he tases you, there is that chance that your muscles will contract and pull that fucking trigger on that cop. Now, if you are fucking going to bare-fist it with a cop, I don't believe he ought to shoot you. I believe he ought to tase your ass and leave you there shaking on the ground for about 50 seconds while you're pissing your fucking pants. But he shouldn't shoot you. Not lethally, anyway. You ought to fucking put a beanbag round in your fucking nuts. But, anyway. That whole thing in ZombieCon happened. It's horrible to see that people do this. It's like that kid that went and shot up that black church. And let's get on this topic real quick. And they banned the rebel flag. That's what blew up. That's how they blew this thing up about the rebel flag. It just happened to be a coincidence that kid walked into a black church. That kid was going to shoot up a church regardless. Now, he was in a fucking hurry. He didn't give a shit if it was a black church, a white church, a Mexican church, an Asian church, a Catholic. It could have been any fucking church. It could have been mixed. And he just happened to have the fucking rebel flag on him. That kid didn't have it out for specifically blacks. He had it out for everybody. America in general. You know, and if he wouldn't have had that rebel flag, if he would have had the ISIS flag or, you know, the American flag instead of the Confederate flag, nothing might have happened. Oh, well, he had the American flag on him. Well, what are we going to do about it? We can't ban the American flag. This is fucking America. I have an American flag hanging down at my gate. They're not going to ban the ISIS flag, and I find that offensive, you know. You could probably fly the ISIS flag, a 50 fucking foot flag, 100 feet in the air, on your property, and no one's going to give two fucking shits. But once that little rebel flag goes up, even if it's a little sticker on your gate or your back bumper, all of a sudden everybody gets all fucking high and mighty and starts pointing fingers. You're a racist and this and that, and you're a bigot, you're a little country bunkin' cousin fucking son of... I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that pissed me off too. And I agree. The rebel flag shouldn't be flown at government buildings. Why? Well, because some find it offensive. Some people have really tight fucking pussies. You know? They don't want to let any shit in. And by that I mean, they don't want to let anybody else's opinion, whether it's right or wrong, in their minds. And I think that's morally wrong, because, you know, in order to live in this country, you have to have an open mind. If I had a closed mind about everything, I'd be pissed that my neighbors were Mexican. I'd be pissed that there's a Habitat for Humanity down there with a bunch of black people living in it. You know, but honestly, the way I live is I don't care. My neighbors are Mexican. They're nice neighbors. They're quiet. And a lot of Mexicans are nice people. So what? There's a Habitat for Humanity down there. A lot of those people just need a home, you know, and unfortunately they come into this country and they don't have a whole lot of money, and these homes are cheap. I don't blame them. They're just trying to raise a family in America, which is a great country, you know, and you just got to keep an open mind to these things whenever you're doing this kind of shit. And that's what's wrong with America. Everybody's got a closed mind. You know, the rebel flag is bad. You know, all these other races are bad. Everything's bad. And that's why I don't believe it should be flown at government buildings, is because everybody's going to get all high and mighty and start protesting, and then we have more violence and this and that. But to ban the flag from being sold at Walmart, or not they didn't ban it. Walmart, Google Shopping, eBay, Amazon, all made their own decision to ban any sailing of the Confederate flag on their websites. I think that is wrong. Because I can go on all of those websites right now and buy an ISIS flag, buy that other flag with the guy from Cuba. I don't remember the name of that damn flag, and I don't give two shits about it. They can buy all these flags, and, you know, nobody else gives a shit. We as, you know, Southerners don't give a shit if you fly the fucking ISIS flag. We don't like it, but we're not going to go tear it off your house. We have too much respect to come and, you know, rip it off your vehicle. We're not going to call you racist. We're not going to call you a terrorist. You know, we don't care. So I think it was wrong of all those websites to ban the sale of Confederate flags. But anyway, let's get back onto this dip, Copenhagen Southern Blend. Pat it in for a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of sweet. It's got a natural flavor to it. It doesn't burn my gums like mint or wintergreen would. It tastes a little bit like Stoker's Natural, long cut natural, but just a little bit sweeter. It's kind of got like a tea taste to it almost. It doesn't taste bad. Certainly not the worst dip I've ever had. You know, it's the last can I bought of it, I didn't like it. And that's probably because the store had it so damn long. It was kind of dry. And I didn't like the fact that it was dry. Because when you put a dip in, you want it to be kind of moist. You don't want it to be overly moist to where, you know, you pinch it and then you get tobacco juice running the whole way down your hand and shit. But, you know, you want a little bit of moisture to help, you know, get the saliva going and get, you know, the chemicals in your gums working and shit like that. You know, you want to get shit started off. When it's dry, and by dry I mean like lightly moist. You know, you put it in there and then it just feels like you got cotton mouth for a while until the saliva builds up in your mouth in order to get that shit working. Which I don't really feel dip work anymore. I put a dip in and I don't feel any different. But if I don't put a dip in, then, you know, I get those nicotine cravings and I go crazy. Because, you know, nicotine is a drug and it is addictive, no matter what anybody tells you. But as for the dip itself, I just got this. I'll probably dip it some more now that I've had a decent can of it. It's not bad, honestly. You know, it apparently it causes mouth cancer and tooth loss and gum disease and stuff like that, you know, from these warning labels. But, you know, it's Copenhagen. It's bound to be good, you know. As for other dips, I think Copenhagen's the only one that has Southern Blend, and I'm actually pretty sure of that. But Copenhagen, no matter what they come out with, it's usually good. Not a big fan of natural, but I'm always down to try it again. Copenhagen Black just straight up tastes like whiskey. Copenhagen Wintergreen's got a nice, mild wintergreen flavor to it. Not like Grizzly Wintergreen, which is like a kick in the dick, you know? And just about every Grizzly flavor is so fucking strong, it's just like fucking Vin Diesel just nailed you right in the fucking face. That's how fucking strong it is. But, and some of Grizzly's things are good too. Now, what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is if you dip Copenhagen for so long and you just don't get that buzz anymore and you want a buzz, switch over to the same flavor of Grizzly and you'll probably get that buzz back until you get used to that, and then I don't know what the hell you go to. I guess you go buy some of that Pakistan dip that Outlaw was talking about. I'd love to get a hold of some of that shit, but I'm just too fucking lazy to go online and buy it. But, Copenhagen Southern Blend, all in all, is not a bad dip. I'll certainly be dipping a little bit more of it in the future now. Anyway, guys, that's a video for today. Like, comment, subscribe, you know. Tell me which, any other dip reviews you'd like to see. I've got to do Skull Cherry for my one subscriber. He really wants to see that, and I'm not looking forward to it because I don't know how I'm going to feel about a berry flavored dip. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, come back again. This is my 4th video in a row, and I will be doing them until I get a good idea of what I need to be doing and I get better cameras, lighting, background, everything. So talk to you later, guys.